Reddit. What is your real life experience with? It's hard to win an argument with a smart person, but it's damn near impossible to win an argument with a stupid person. My mom's entire argument tactic was to interrupt the other person as soon as they opened their mouth. It didn't matter if you were calm and reasonable and respectful. The moment sound came out of you, she would come in with greater volume. She usually didn't have much to say, so she would literally repeat herself just to interrupt you. Even if you paused and let her speak, if she was out of stuff to say, she would wait quietly until you try to talk again, then interrupt you with something she already said. She wasn't even subtle about what she was doing. She was prideful about how great of a debater she was. She thought this childish and disrespectful crap actually made her strong and respectable. I don't think she ever realized that she didn't actually win any arguments, but simply wore the other person down until they gave up on a constructive adult conversation with her. I am dealing with a housemate who does exactly this, with a wickedly bad temper on top of it. Her boyfriend is an old friend of mine, and I wanted to help them out since they were living in her mom's house last year. I did not know her well at all, and I deeply regret thinking that I could reason with her. She wields her temper like it's a weapon, and any time you try and express what you or someone else is feeling, she immediately argues and invalidates you. She has told her partner she is going to kill herself in order to win arguments. Oftentimes the things she is spouting as an argument are projections of her behavior or projections of her temper. She does not respect the boundaries of others, but demands that her boundaries be respected, and any conversation to find compromise and even ground is met with anger. Her lack of control over her words once she's triggered are some of the meanest, most vitriolic things I've ever heard from anyone. My partner, who was her friend and got her a job at her work, also had her own falling out with this person and now won't come over to my house due to fear of this person's behavior. I am exhausted. I probably have to deal with this for another 2 months. I know someone who legitimately stood up in the middle of a meeting about her child abuse, in the child protection offices, and yelled at everyone the child deserved to be stabbed because she knew not to play Operation so loud. At that moment in reality, there wasn't anything the child protection officer, her boyfriend, brother, and sister, or the grandparent or father could say to her. I don't think there are the words in existence appropriate for that situation. I could only say, couldn't help myself, what the actual fuck. Met a flat earther, I think he was just going along with it to be contrarian. He said the whole thing was a conspiracy. Tried asking him where the edge was and he said it was a ring of ice. Tried explaining that for his conspiracy to work, literally hundreds of thousands of people around the world in various space agencies would need to keep the secret, yet not one has come forward with the truth. Didn't work. Tried telling him we have literal photos and clips of the round earth spinning. He said it was a lie. Not matter how much logic the rest of us threw at him, he just refused to accept it. We all came away thinking less of him for being so stubborn. I opened up about my inability to have children, and how frustrated I am with people recommending things that won't work for me because the problem isn't infertility. A woman started up about how I should try going vegan to cure my infertility. I reminded her that wasn't the issue. She pressed on, saying she didn't believe in miracles, but for her it was like hitting a switch. She's had 2 babies since going vegan and she couldn't be happier. Maybe I should try it? I said no. She got offended that I refused to even consider. And before anyone tries it here, I'm not infertile. Trying to carry a baby would destroy my body, Breaking Dawn style, plus I'm on 2 medications that corrupt my eggs like a computer virus, so I really cannot have children. Edit. I'm turning off notifications because I'm getting just adopt/get a pet and yeah, but go vegan anyway, and that's really not helping. Cheers y'all. My family has this deceptive maneuver where they slowly change the argument to something they can make you wrong about, Picking the one detail they know can turn the argument in their favor and slowly pivot the conversation away from what the real argument is about and into a situation where now they're right and I am the one who's wrong for asking them to stop trying to give us their junk. All I want is for you to ask before dropping stuff of in our house because we don't have room for your old flower pots. We don't want them, just ask for. Well, that got out of hand. In that situation, they make you feel like the asshole because beggars can't be choosers and just be happy you're getting stuff for free. But we didn't beg for anything, you just brought this trash over because you don't have the room for it. What makes you think we do? Your house is twice as big and... Okay. I'll stop. In school for my now job, at the beginning there was a woman sitting next to me. I was like 22 or 23, she was easily 40. Fine. At the beginning we got along well, then she started to desperately search for similarities. It got annoying. Then she always asked me about stuff the teachers said while the teachers still talked, basically wanted a live translation from me but without changing the language. Of course, resulting in both of us not being able to listen anymore. No way to explain to her she should just listen herself and at least try to understand. I would have happily tried to help her afterwards when I had time to hear it myself. First clue, she was not so bright. I was incredibly over her, but stayed nice. Then we were supposed to work in pairs on a small but not easy task. Of course, she didn't understand a word. I explained one thing, don't remember what, to her for the umpteenth time. Fine. Sometimes it's cursed, you just don't get one thing. But then she proceeded to tell me I was wrong. Fine, well, if she can tell me why. But no, it was a matter of I have no clue what's up with that. I don't understand it in the slightest, but I just know you're wrong about it just because. Spoiler, I was not wrong. I reread it 10 times in our sources, found different sources, tried to break it down to basically elementary school levels. She stopped listening to me and just continued to argue I was wrong because I was wrong or something. Remember, that woman was more than 15 years older than me and around 40. I lost my patience, stopped talking to her and just presented the task by myself. She did not admit anything after the fact. Shortly after she changed seats after a different incident, and not long after that she dropped out. Surprise, surprise. Woman, there's something like a 30% chance that fraternal twins are identical. Me, do you perhaps mean there's a chance for dis/di, dichorionic/diamniotic, each baby has their own placenta amniotic sac, twins to be identical? Her, there's a chance that fraternal twins are identical. For the record, fraternal twins happen when two different eggs are released and fertilized. Identical twins are when one fertilized egg splits. So fraternal twins can't be identical twins. I'm still not quite sure what that woman was on about, but she's made that same odd claim several times in the group we're both in. My father is a lawyer. He's very good at his job. He was made to do it. He loves to argue. I was raised in a family where arguing is just the way it is. It's okay, and if you make a valid point then you can easily win. I put when here for some god-awful reason LMAO, my father over. I have had many a proud moment going back and forth, then making a point that causes a look, then a smile, then a fair point. Sometimes if it really won the day he'd come back a day, a week or a month even, and speak on how he looked into what I had said. He'd value my input and build off of it. I always felt like I was ready for the world because my dad turned the screws on me and I'd win. I'd lose happily when proven wrong. The last sentence of what I wrote is where I've found the most trouble. I will hold a position and when shown better information change my position. I have been told more than once you're not allowed to so quickly change. I lost a friend over it. Not much of a friend, but the case still exists. Also, I found no matter how smart my father was and no matter how difficult it was to get him to agree with me, it never got me ready for someone who thinks being told to wear a mask for the protection of others infringes on their personal rights. Or that black peoples are subhuman. Not all of the befuddlements are this grandiose, mind you. Those two are just apple-picked to say. I long for the days when I thought the hard part was winning my father's favor. 'Cause now I just find the world is full of stupid people mad at that fact but calling it something else entirely. So, someone told me she deleted pictures she took of a tree because she had a feeling the tree would be offended by having its picture taken out of fear its soul might be taken. Even if we assume souls exist, that trees have souls, emotions, memory, thought, the ability to communicate, and eyes to see what you are doing, how would they have any idea what a photo is? Or know that your phone can take photos? Or a religion and complex thought to believe in souls? Like. Just what? What a nightmarish spiritual belief. All plants have human minds, but have no way of moving or interacting with the world. That's a straight up I have no mouth situation. Thank you for watching/hearing. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more forum videos. You may even click the bell. Leave a comment if you want to, and click the next video to get to another video.